Hello, everybody. I used the smaller barrels to curl my hair. I think I used about like 50 duck pins. Is that what they're called? Duck clips. So hopefully it will turn out nice. I'm really exhausted because I did my whole full shower routine. And I'm recharging with an ice cream. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about the recently finished 2026 Korean romantic drama. One of the most anticipated dramas. One of the dramas that I was really looking forward to because it's Kim Seon-ho's comeback after his scandal, an actual leading man role, because when life give you tangerines, he was more of like the supporting character and IU and Park Bo-gum was the main. So this was his like full comeback as a romantic male lead. And also for Ko Jong, I don't know if this is her first actual romantic drama. Let me see her filmography. Yes, I feel like this is her first full-on romantic comedy. So I was pretty excited. It did not disappoint me. Like I said, it stars Kim Seon-ho as a male lead, Ko Jong as a female lead, Fukushi Sota as like the love triangle second male lead, and we have Lee Dam as the second female, and Cho Song as the second male that's paired with a second female. So there's that love triangle there, and there's the second lead couple. Woo! So the drama tells the story of our female lead, who's an aspiring actress who flies over to Japan to curse out and confront the cheating ex-boyfriend. And our male lead is also there in Japan. He was there for a work function, but on his personal time, he was there to take care of some personal business. They meet and they have a memorable interaction time together. And then back in Korea, she is filming this indie experimental horror movie, and she performs a stunt, gets into an accident, and falls into a coma. And she becomes an overnight success because of that horror indie movie. She's a rising top actress, and so our male lead is an interpreter, and he takes a job opportunity to meet her because, there was a picture that she took in Japan while they were there that was posted in social media, and he wants it deleted. So I really liked the drama. I think Kim Seon-ho is such a fine romantic male lead. I haven't really watched so much of his dramas, but I always see shorts of his portrayal of this romantic lead type, and he really plays it well. Even though his character here is a really type A person who can look cold and rude at the initial first glance and meeting, but he knows how to play. He knows how to soften up his characters. And I think that's because of his softer features also. Ko Jong, she just has that loveliness in her that is perfect for playing a female lead in a rom-com series. I was really surprised by the horror element that is constantly present in the drama. And then I looked at the writers, and it was the Hong sisters, who my favorite work is The Master's Son, and I've loved their other works too. I watched the teaser, but I don't think I've seen the actual trailer for this drama, and really did not read the synopsis, the plot in my drama list. And even after I read it, it had no indication that there will be another personality that will come out of the female lead, I thought that Torami is just something in her head, that insecurity, that imposter syndrome that she was feeling because of her overnight success. I did not expect her to fully come out and be a whole person like the dramas like Kill Me, Heal Me. I think there was like a distinction of portraying those two characters by the actress, but I wish there was more of a visual differentiation, maybe a bolder eye makeup or a red lip, different fashion choices, because it seemed like Torami didn't care, doesn't care about anything, and that she just wears whatever she wants and does whatever she wants. So I wish that it showed more visually. I really like their chemistry. Usually I don't like visual pairings that have similar features. Both of them have similar, softer, rounder look. I didn't feel it at first, but it grew on me. And I felt like their characters also were a good match. So both of those criterias were fulfilled. So I was really into this couple. Yeah, I really felt like the two characters were really meant for each other, that they were there for each other no matter what. Only the two of them were able to see each other through past the facade that they put in front of everybody else. The second male lead that completed this love triangle, I mean, I bursted out laughing when he showed up with that ugly ass coat, that gray and pink coat. When in episode 1, like what? Why? Yeah, no, that I think they really did him dirty with that coat. So his character came off as like narcissistic, very petty, full of himself. But as the drama went on, you see that he's very cute, very adorable, and I think the actor played him really well. The second lead couple, I don't know how to feel about them because I was expecting Song-jun, the ex-fiance, to actually come back. I did not expect him to disappear out of this drama. We hear his character throughout the drama mentioned and even in phone calls, but I did not expect him to disappear like that. I expected them to resolve their issues because they looked good together. I understand. I understand why they actually broke up and the female lead moved on, but there wasn't enough time for them. I wonder why he's now reduced to cameos and supporting lead characters, because he used to be a male lead, romantic male lead type of guy, but I'm sad that he's mostly supporting roles now and guest roles. Other supporting roles I like was the male lead's uncle, father figure guy, the novelist. I really liked him. He is so easygoing and just wants the best for everybody, which made me feel so good. I also liked the PD, the producer that knew everything, that was nosy and was like complaining a lot, but also knew what was going on, actually knew what was going on. I found it funny. I'm sad that we did not see the male lead's father, even though we saw the male lead's mother. I hoped to see him because he seemed like a ridiculous, fun guy. I just wondered what the dynamics between father and son would have been. It would have been really interesting to see. For the female lead's family side, I wish we saw the mother, right? She was the villain. She was the antagonist in the story. And I wish we saw the confrontation or the female lead coming to just resolving her issues. Their relationship does not have to be fixed, but just accepting, not forgiving, but letting go of that past because she was such a huge shadow looming over our female lead. I felt like even though they said that issue was resolved, we didn't actually see it on screen. I really wonder why. That's why it felt like it wasn't resolved at all. I liked that they built up her, mental illness, and we were not just presented with Torami, we were slowly introduced to her. I like that build. But I wish we had more time with Torami and actually resolving that issue, because it just felt like that it wasn't that deep, it wasn't that hard. It was so quick that we resolved the issue. Actually, I think 2 more episodes would have been beneficial, and I would have liked to see more of Torami. Because, as drama watchers, we've seen Kill Me, Heal Me, and Hi Jekyll and Me. The other personality would like the main personality to disappear and actually take over. But that was not the case for Torami. So I was actually curious what her purpose was, if not to take over or be the main personality and make the real one disappear. That is also a question that I had. I didn't really mind the plot twist. The fact that the female lead's parents were alive. That gives an opportunity for the female lead to actually confront her issues. But we didn't see that on screen, which was odd because they placed so much emphasis on it. That still feels unresolved. I'm repeating myself again. The scenery was pretty. The actual real locations where they filmed us, very pretty. But sometimes I felt like there was a green screen. So I don't know if it was real. Sometimes the green screens were obvious. Yeah, Ko Eun-jung is very pretty. She's a pretty actress, but I don't know if the skin filter helped her, because I don't feel like she was still pretty on screen, but I don't feel like her beauty shined through in the drama. The costumes were pretty, but sometimes, I don't know, it just didn't fit her. She kind of looked short in some of her outfits. Yeah, I liked the horror aspect, which gave it like a unique feel to it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this was a good drama, but it had its faults, but the good points outweigh the bad. And it's a great start for Korean dramas for 2026. All right, that's it. Bye.